Hello, my name is Kelley Farley. I'm an independent Stampin' Up! Demonstrator in Karaka, Auckland, and this is our first card for the October Fancy Fold. So I'd just like to say thank you very much for joining me for this class. I really hope that you enjoy making the card. So our first card, using the Nest of Winter DSP, and the bundle is called Winter Treetops, is the stamp set that we're using. We're not actually stamping in this card, there's no stamping. Most of it is all of the paper doing the magic. Okay, so it's got a belly band on it just to hold it together. You could decorate the front of it with other things if you wanted to. And then you open it up and you get this beautiful DSP inside with another little pop-up. Again, I've just popped a bird in there, which I've cut out of the DSP, but you could stamp a message in there if you wanted to, and then to write a message is on the back. So I'll show you what is in your kit. I need those, and I just need that paper there. You'll get a piece of DSP, which is this one here, so you can decide which side you want to use. But for the purpose of the video, I'm actually just going to show you the template on a piece of photocopy paper. So I'll just move that out of the way. So you'll do a little bit of scoring yourself. So in your kit, you'll get, oh, it's got the DSP in it. One already. I'm just waiting on an order so it, to get the rest of the designer series paper. So card number one, you have a card base which I've pre-scored for you. So I've scored down the middle, and then it is 8 inches wide by our standard card base, so then it's scored at 2, 4 and 6 inches. Alright, and that's going to give you your gatefold panels here. Then you've got some 4 panels of basic black, and they are for the inside. Now I've embossed mine. I haven't embossed them for you, and I've just realized that I haven't cut these at the right size, so I will trim them down for you to give you that nice edge border around the outside. Alright, so you're going to lay those down. You then have your DSP, which again I will score, it's 8 inches wide, so whatever you do the width there, you're going to do there. So your paper is the same width as your base. Sorry, that's a long-winded way of saying that. And I've also scored it 2, 4 and 6. So let me just pop these out of the way. There is a pop-up piece which I'll show you how to use. There is the start of a belly band. It's too long to go in your bag, so I've just folded the first side for you. I've cut out 2 black circles and 2 white circles for your belly band decoration and for the inside of your card. And then I've just cut a couple of birds that I've popped in there. Again, if you don't want to use the birds, if you want to do some stamping, then that's entirely up to you. What is missing from your kit at the moment is some designer series paper that goes on the front, which will be in there when the kits are sent to you. Alright, so for the main part that you need to worry about is you've got all of this stuff all done. Alright, so you'll be focusing on this part here and this part here. So to do it so that you can see it a bit easier, you're going to, now I'm going to use my trimmer. You can just use a ruler if you want to. So your DSP will be scored at 2, 4 and 6. And what you're going to do is you're just going to make 2 big crosses. Now it's easier to see hopefully in this paper. Let's see if I can go a bit closer. So you're going to go from the top left hand corner to the center. Okay, so that's your 4-inch. You're just going to, if you're using a trimmer, you're just going to line it in the trimmer track. With designer series paper, you do just have to score a little bit lighter because it has a tendency to crack. And then you're going to go from the bottom left to the top center, like so. And then you're going to do the same thing from the center left to top right, and then bottom right to top center. Okay, and then you're just going to score. So you end up with these two X shapes here. Alright, let me move this out of the way. So when you fold it, you'll have, it's going to fold in like this, alright, which is on our score marks. So you have two diamond shapes, one there and one on the inside, and your diagonal lines, no, your vertical lines down through the middle. So what you're going to do is you're going to get these two score lines here, and you're going to make sure all of your score lines have been burnished. If you haven't got a bone folder, I'd recommend one, otherwise a ruler works. So you just make sure all of your score lines have been scored and folded. On this one's quite thin because it is copy paper, but I find the best thing to do is also make sure that you fold them, especially for this one, fold them back and forth so that you can so that they fold nice and easily. So what you're going to do is you're going to get these two ones, so that's your 2-inch mark, and you're just going to push the score lines into each other so that you end up with that triangle shape there. And then you're going to do the same thing on this side. You're going to push from there, get your finger in behind, and that's going to be your mechanism that goes inside your card. Okay, so once it's all decorated, you're going to have this, and you're going to line this up here in the center. So your join here is on the top, and it is lined up with this center fold here. Let me come out of it so you can see. So you're just going to eyeball it. If you want to measure it, then that's totally fine, but I just eyeball it, and you just want to make sure that it is lined up so that it's not going to interfere with these folds here. Okay, so he's going to put some glue on the back here. You know, line this score line here with this score line here as center as you can get it. Alright, once you've done that, you're going to glue, well, actually you could decorate it first, it's up to you. I found it easier to put it all together. So you could, once it's glued, you can open that and you can work on this space here where it's flat, or you can, so you're going to put some glue or your double-sided tape here, and you're going to bring that one over and stick it down, and then you're going to do the same thing with this side, alright, so that your card will come in to meet you. And then when you open your card, once you've glued it all down, you'll get that. Okay, so that is, let me move this out of the way. So that's our inside mechanism. Once that's all glued in, this is why you've got this mark here, because it actually will pop forward. I don't know if you can see that. When it's open properly, you end up with like a M shape there. So this center line is actually popping forward. So what we're going to do is, you can't actually see it very well, I don't think, is under here, can you see? There's a little mechanism. That's what helps it to pop up. So what you've got here is a piece of cardstock which is 1 inch by 3, and then it's scored at half and 1 on each end. Alright, what you're going to do is you're just going to fold the two center scores like that, and then you're going to bring the other one back on itself, so you end up with this mechanism. Alright, So these two flaps here, you're going to have facing this way. These two flaps here are where your glue is going to go, and then you're going to pop that down once you've got your glue or your double-sided tape, and you're going to line up in the center of that thing on that score line again, the gap between the two pieces, all right, so that when they'll pop up. I'm just trying to get them to pop up without me actually gluing them. So they'll just pop up and have a little bit of a, so when your card is folded, it forces that panel forward. Okay, so remember this one here, it's like a, what's that? I don't know what shape that is, but it's like that shape. Okay, so you're going to glue on these two flaps here, bring them into each other, and you're going to glue them face down, so you've got the flat panel on the top. All right, that's where you can then start decorating. This is your piece that goes on here, and then if you're going to stamp, I would recommend stamping first and then pop it on, and then using just a pair of fine tip scissors, fussy cutting around the birds. And then the same with your belly band. Your belly band, to make a belly band, you have your card closed. Pop your, I don't score it because I find that it doesn't always lend itself to being scored. So I've done approximately the width of your card. I've put a little score mark, and then you're just going to fold it over so that it gets the tightness that you want. Before you stick it down, just make sure that it moves, not too freely, but it moves up and down your card so that it's not going to get damaged when you take it off. All right, and so that, whoops, put all my pieces over here for that kit. And so this is our finished card. All right, and then we will open like so. So again, thank you very much for joining in my class online. I will we'll see you soon for card number 2.